Boxing fan times 4. If Jags offer pick 17 for BA, should Niners accept? They won't. Can I say that? They won't.
But
I mean, that's a lot. You can't. It's hard to get mad at that. What do they take Aiyuk at 24, 25? You end up trading him for 17?
I kind of hate that. It's like, oh, we're just going to trade him for 7 more picks higher.
I mean, it's either that or give him $29 million a year for 6 catches a game, 6 targets a game.
It just sucks because you have that Debo contract on the books.
It does suck. Hey, maybe Debo will take a pay cut for Brandon because they're friends.
Oh, yeah. Or trade him post June 1st, like how you wrote to the Ravens. That'd be awesome. Hey, Debo on the Ravens would be nasty. I would love to see that.
It'd be good for them. Yeah.
Lamar,
they kind of need him.
Ooh, that's going to be sick.
Ooh. That was nice. I like that. Tackle. It would be tough. It would be tough. And they'd still find a way to lose in the playoffs somehow. Lisette Ruiz says, how about we treat Brandon Aiyuk to the Jaguars? Hold on. How about we trade Brandon Aiyuk to the Jaguars? We get the number 17th overall pick, and then we swap 2nd and 3rd rounders with the Jaguars. Interesting. I guess people want to talk about trading Brandon Aiyuk to the Jaguars. Okay, fine. This happened yesterday. There's news that the Jaguars, I guess, would be interested. He's a really good player, and they don't have a number 1 receiver. And it seems like Brandon Aiyuk would be interested because they don't have a number 1 receiver, and they got a good quarterback, and there's no state taxes in Florida, which is apparently important to a lot of people, including Eric Armstead. So maybe. But
better quarterback too.
Yeah, I mean, Trent Baalke could sort of tamper, right? He could do some tampering and tell Aiyuk or his agent, hey, don't accept anything less than this from the 49ers because we give you that. So if you want $28 million a year, just be patient. I don't know.
We actually did like a little quick radio hit on Jacksonville radios yesterday, and we talked about this a little bit. Like, oh, what is the legitimacy? Do you think like us upset? And it's like, well, it's quiet right now, but I think it's obvious that this is not going away anytime soon. Because why? He's not going to get extended until July or August. Like, that's the 49ers shtick. I kind of don't get why they do that. One factor I think of is like, okay, well, what happens if they somehow get hurt in the offseason? And I don't know, maybe they're just trying to look for some way in that off chance maybe to lower his value. But that's such a risky business too, because you have other players up for deals, and it's just going to keep resetting that number where Ayuk's going to just be like, oh, I want to one up that. Oh, I want to one up that. I want to one up it. So yeah, I'm kind of confused with why they brought that game. I'm not sure if any one of you guys have ever asked John Lynch and them, like, why do you guys like do that? Is it because you have too much on your plate to focus on that? Like, that's a question I've a little bit asked. I don't recall. I know for sure it wasn't asked with Bosa before that. Like, or are you guys waiting to configure all this money with the draft and free agency? And then it's like, okay, now we know we have a clear consensus of what we have to do.
Yeah.
That would make sense. But it's like, I feel like when you have core players like from Fred Warner, Bosa, and Kittle all the years past that, and Debo, that's like, wouldn't you want to do that now though? And then
that's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. We'll have to ask him that. Ben says Logan Thomas still out there, the missing piece. I would like Logan Thomas as a number 2 tight end. I mean, it'd be cheap. How about if we just trade Kyle? LOL, says Gerardo. I'm down. Been down for years. You could get a whole lot for that. Why not?
Coach Chip Kelly, your boy.
You could have done it a couple years ago, and it could have been D'Amico Ryans. But no, you didn't want to do it back then. But now you got freaking Brandon Staley. You got Brandon Staley. He's good. He's right here.
God, please don't.
Jose.
If Brandon Staley ever became the head coach here, I'd become like his hater, the same, or not his hater, but I would be like on his noodle, the same way you be on Kyle sometimes.
On his noodle?
Yeah, on his noodle.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, I'm going to say Staley's closer to being out of the league than being a head coach again.